ain't finished. Y'all ain't finished. Make sure you come ready to go this next week.
How about those?
Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insight? Welcome to the Four Guys in a Bar podcast, presented by Chiefs Blitz and sponsored by Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. If you're looking for a real estate expert, call Eric Haynes today at 816-729-3785. That's 816-729-3785. Now, here is your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athan, with Lou Montagna, Andre Tillman, and Hense Todd.
Welcome back to the next edition of Four Guys in a Bar. I'm your host, Nick Athan, alongside Mr. Hense Todd with Bowtie Sports, part of our overall sports family here online. And we got a great show lined up today. Chiefs, first road game against the Atlanta Falcons. We've got some Kareem Hunt news. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on in Cap or Fact. So it's going to be a big show. So before we get started, let's talk about my good friend, Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Real Estate Group. If you're looking for someone who can help you through the process of either buying or selling a house in the greater Kansas City metropolitan area, there's nobody better than my good friend, Mr. Eric Haynes. He helped me and my wife, Emily, find our house. It took 9 months. He held our hand. He got us through it. And at the end of the day, his team was fabulous. So if you want the same experience that we had, give him a call today at 816-729-3785, or you can email him at esaleskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Chief Who?
And if you're looking for someone who can help you in the health industry, meaning health insurance, give my wife a call, Emily, at 913-215-9086. There's nobody better who understands the market than she does. Open enrollment begins in November, so you're probably looking at plans now. Go ahead and take a jump. Take a look at it now. Look forward. Let her help you out. So give her a call, 913-215-9086.
Emily.
Nicky loves
Emily.
Nicky loves Emily.
Yes, he does. No question about it.
Emily.
No
How
question about it.
today? How everybody
Do I need to buy a round of shots? Everybody seems like they're dead. What
I got a
are
little
we doing
backhand
here?
thing here to
Okay,
work
memo.
with.
The show is started. Okay, roll it. Let's go.
It's a slow start, Lou. It's a slow start. It's the build up,
Slow
man.
start.
It's not build up yet, man.
Yeah, I've seen quicker starts at the old folks' home. Come on, let's go. We got a game this weekend.
That's very impressive.
Nobody has their red on, but I don't know. I thought it was a red Friday, but hey, I know it's a red Friday at my house.
I thought those were only home. I thought those were only the home games.
Nah, it's a red Friday.
Let's go. ATL, bring it. Luda, Lil John, let's go. Outcast.
Luda, Little John, Outcast.
Can we really get this thing rolling now?
Yeah, there we go.
Are we good? Huh?
We're good. Yeah, we got a little problem on the back end I'm trying
maybe?
to fix.
We
but
good?
anyway, go ahead.
Don't worry about it. I'm about to show out in a little bit.
You what?
I'm about to show out in a little bit. Don't worry about it.
What's happening on the back end? What's happening?
We got one of our Twitter feeds down. I'm working on it. So you guys start up. Start
right,
yakking. Let me see if I can fix it.
Let's get it.
Everything look good on my end. But looking at before we get into this, Nick, we have a little breaking news from the baby.
Of course, let's go. The skillet.
What do we have for us, Nick?
Well, we got breaking news. The Chiefs, according to Dan Graziano of ESPN, very well placed individual. The Chiefs would like to add a wide receiver prior to the deadline. There are certainly some candidates out there. This does seem to surprise a few people, but if they're bringing Kareem Hunt back, they're going for that three-peat. So if another wide receiver doesn't step up in the next 2 or 3 games, the trade deadline is until the end of October. I could very well see the Chiefs be in a position to where they are actively looking to add a veteran. I don't think they care about the future of the draft picks. They want to win that three-peat, and so for right now, I got a feeling that they're going to go all in for that.
And looking at that, if that does happen, who's some of the wide receivers that's on the board or on the radar right about now?
Let's see. I think we got a list here pulled up here. You've got Deontay Johnson, You've got Treylon Burks, Darius Slayton, who the Chiefs kind of, had some interest in before. Amari Cooper is the perfect fit, but he's got a big contract. So I'm not sure how that's going to work. Johnson from the Steelers, Johnson was somebody the Chiefs went after in Pittsburgh, and that didn't work out because they didn't want to trade him to the AFC. But if I looked at these four guys, in my opinion, guys, I'll get your opinion. I'm definitely saying probably Deontay Johnson is probably the best option financially, but Amari Cooper would be amazing in this offense.
Yeah, everybody know who I'm looking at, man. I called for it, in the off season. And Lou said that he's a first round pick, that the Tennessee Titans probably wouldn't give him up. But hey, if it's me, I'm going for Treylon Burks. Big physical wide receiver, somebody, that I feel like he's young. I'm not going after nobody old to be putting around Patrick Mahomes at this point. At the receiving core, if I'm the Kansas City Chiefs, I'm looking at Treylon Burks, and that's the only guy that would be interested to me. His contract is not that bad to have up, on the salary cap. So what you think about that, Lou?
Well, I think if we believe the report and it says veteran wide receiver, I don't know if Treylon Burks fits that mold. If they're looking to
keyword veteran,
maybe kind of like recreate someone in the Hollywood type, and they don't have too much PTSD into tapping the New York Giants for a wide receiver, a la Kadarius Toney. Darius Slayton has always been a very underrated player, in my opinion, and he's kind of fallen on the fact that they haven't had a very effective quarterback over the years. So in terms of a player that might match the skill set of Hollywood, not nearly as good as Hollywood, he's not going to cost them a ton of money. The actual trade compensation going back, I don't think would be great either, but I think he would certainly do very well in getting a new scenery, because he's hit and miss. But I think at his best, he can be a very good deep threat and play off of Xavier going down the field. So if I'm just looking at these four, there's probably other guys that we can look at, but I think Darius Slayton is certainly a guy that would be available at a fairly inexpensive cost, and could really, the potential, I think, is much greater.
Man, I like Cooper. The hell with all that. I like Cooper, man. Cooper Cooper been so underrated, guys. Cooper been getting busy. Cooper been getting busy, man. I like Cooper. Cooper fits the mold.
I like Justin Jefferson, but I don't think those guys are going to be available.
I'm just saying Cooper. I'm just saying Cooper's him, man. Cooper been so underrated, man. He's been quietly putting in work. I like Cooper. He's a veteran too, man. To me, I still feel like Cooper is unguardable.
Yeah, that would be great, but I don't think that's like $25 million a year or something.
I mean, that's the guy that's on the list. That's the guy they brought up. I'm just going.
Yeah, I'm not sure how he made it on there, but
the picture. I don't know, but he's on the picture. So
yeah.
I definitely go with definitely go with Buddy.
I feel yeah. I mean, if he was available, but I don't know that they're one salary cap at this point. I don't know how they would make that work. And then he's got years left on that deal.
Yeah,
Slayton's not making a ton of money, and Burks isn't either. Deontay Johnson just signed a fairly decent free agent contract in Carolina. But I think out of this crew, I would go with Slayton.
Slayton's cool. I think Cooper is just him. Mahomes and Cooper would be a good fit, because hit third downs, he'd be great on third downs, man. He's a trustworthy guy. I'll tell you that.
I get it, but we could plug in a bunch of guys that are making.
We show the hell can. We show the hell can.
A ton of money that would make a lot of sense.
That's on the screen, man. I'm just going on the screen. That's what's on the screen, player. I'm just going off the screenshot, player.
It ain't happening.
Hey, it's early, and these two at the bottom. I'm gonna make a screen of a box.
And why'd you say Burks anyway, Bo? Why'd you say Burks anyway? What made you say Burks?
I would like to, man. For real though, he's not that expensive, and he's big, he's physical. So
Burks is physical. Burks is physical. He is.
If I'm the Kansas City Chiefs and I'm looking, if this was the choice, like Dre and Lou said,
of Treylon Burks, I think that's kind of what they're looking for Juju to do, or Noah, even though he's a tight end. So I'm saying if it's more, I would think it would be kind of a guy to take up for Hollywood. So that's where I would go there. I think Kareem's saying Terry McLaurin. He, last year signed a big free agent contract. Yeah, he would be a great fit. There's a ton of guys out there, but I don't know why those teams would trade great players.
Kareem, this ain't Matt. Kareem, this ain't Matt.
Well, all four of those teams have major issues. So,
yeah,
get what you can.
They probably will be buyers at that time.
And the Panthers,
sellers. Sorry.
Panthers are talking about trading their former number 1 pick. So
I don't know if they're talking
Carolina,
about it.
Carolina
just people that are Bryce
Sorry,
fans
guys.
are wishing and
got a little
hoping
more
they
breaking
trade
news.
yes, we do.
Go ahead, Nick.
All right. Quarterback Justin Herbert has been diagnosed with a high ankle sprain just a week out from their game. He has not practiced this week. It is doubtful, I would say, that he's going to play against the Steelers in Pittsburgh.
I'm pretty sure he was out there yesterday. Limited,
was he?
But he was out there, yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, they're disclosing it today as a high ankle sprain. So, does that put him in jeopardy a week from Sunday when the Chiefs travel to face the Chargers in Los Angeles in the right to be first place in the AFC West?
I don't know if they're related, but he was dealing with a plantar fascia thing earlier in the preseason.
It's the same leg.
So it's a lot of these things. When you see these guys, they tweak a calf, and the next thing you know, they pop an Achilles. I mean, it just sucks, right?
Hey, real quick,
team.
Back to Carolina though, like Carolina, just their whole organization is horrible as far as dealing with quarterbacks, man. It's just
I don't know if it's the organization, coach. I think it's the owner.
Shit, hell, owner line sucks. The coordinator sucks. It's just bad over there. Like I like Bryce Young. I think all the coaches and staffs that they brought in are good. I just think when the owner gets in and starts meddling, like, hey, this is my toy. At a certain point, I'm making these final decisions. I don't think Canales takes that job unless he's telling the owner, I can get this kid fixed and turned around. Right. And then 2 games in, the coach is going to say, that's it. I've seen enough. He's horrible. We're going a different direction. I think it was more, again, the owner saying, I don't know, Houston took CJ Stroud and look what he's doing. Hey, Ruben made a good point.
Why ain't it working like that?
Another Jerry Jones, man, because
they got
talent.
Worse.
Yeah,
Jerry Jones has won. They've won.
Jerry Jones got rings.
They've won Super Bowls.
He won Super Bowls.
David Tepper is just amazingly rich.
Very rich.
Did you say amazingly rich? So you just an arrogant butthole.
Well, both, I guess.
Yeah, we'll call it what it is. But
it's
what I'm
not
saying
mutually
is
exclusive, but usually one follows the other. Yeah.
I think Carolina got the talent, man. It just, where are they going? Like Bryce Young is a talent, but you got to protect the quarterback. It just protect the damn quarterback. That's all it is. They got the talent. Just protect the quarterback. I like Bryce Young, but ain't no offensive line.
I think they have one of the worst rosters in the league. I mean, they gave up so much just to get him that it was
eight picks overall and
they gave up all the picks.
They got Xavier Leggett. They got Mingo. They got Dylan. They got a good tight end. They got weapons.
They had a number 1 receiver that they traded to Chicago, right? DJ Moore, and all the other picks that you can't just plop this quarterback in and say, okay, go do it, kid.
Lou, but you said they bad, Lou. I can't agree with that, Lou. Man, they got a good roster. It's just protect Bryce Young.
They objectively do not. It is arguably with the Patriots the worst roster in the NFL.
So basically what y'all saying is it would be better chance for the Chiefs trading with Carolina since they so bad, correct?
Yeah,
I don't know because again, Deontay was a free agent, so he's owed that money. It's not like you can say, well, we'll just sign him for the vet mint. I mean, it's just not going to work.
His contract is.
Yeah.
It's
like not Bryce huge. Young, it's not as big as some of these receivers have cashed in on, but it's a pretty decent contract.
Yeah, because Darnold left and went to Minnesota. He's showing out. I mean, it's just a fit. Maybe it's the fit. Maybe Bryce Young don't fit what they do.
No,
well, he doesn't fit with any team.
He doesn't fit because they suck. I mean, it's a really bad roster.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So if Bryce Young was to go to another team, do you think his production would be different?
I tell you what, look what McDaniel did with Tua.
Right.
Now, again, another Alabama quarterback, another small guy, maybe he's frail. You know, does Miami all of a sudden say we go back and we tap that well again if Tua can't play anymore? But no, I mean, if he goes, anyone with these quarterback friendly coaches and guys that can teach and have a roster around him with some really good players, he's going to be fine. If they haven't shot his confidence,
I like what you just said though, because a good coordinator is going to adjust, they're going to adapt to their quarterback, and I feel like Carolina that'll adapt to Bryce Young.
Right. So just to go over the contract for Deontay Johnson.
That's wrong. They didn't. It wasn't that. They don't have the players to do anything.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. It's not a matter of adjusting him adjusting to what he does. They didn't have the personnel to do anything that was successful. So
what I'm saying. So they didn't predicate the offense around him. So what I'm saying is this: they don't really you got to build around what you have. You got to build around your strength. They're not building around him to make.
They don't have any strengths. That's just it.
Yeah.
So basically, you telling me they ain't got no identity?
No ownership, GM,
absolutely, yes. That's
coaching, players. Here's the Deontay Johnson. He's owed $10 million. Guaranteed this year. He signed an extension with Pittsburgh before the trade. He's a free agent at the end of this year. His cap hit this year is $10 million to the Chiefs. That would be prorated if the Chiefs made a deal for him. He's 27 years old. Again, the Chiefs tried to get him, in that trade deadline a year and a half ago, and they couldn't swing it because Mike Tomlin refused to trade him to the Chiefs. So.
I'm sure the money wasn't going to be there either.
Yeah, I don't think at that point the Chiefs couldn't absorb the cap hit, so they can absorb it now. And again, all this is predicated on two things, and kind of why it came up today is one, Hollywood Brown had successful surgery on Monday, thank God. There's a chance that he can come back as early as late December, certainly for the playoffs. There's a possibility. But at this point, Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy have kind of stepped out of the shadows, but, Juju Smith-Schuster hasn't done much. Watson's been okay. Obviously they're not expecting much out of Sky Moore.
TikTok.
So with all that said, why not just give the guy that was balling out in preseason and also at training camp, Nico Renino, give him a shot.
That's what I was about to say.
See what happens.
I don't think
they just try to go trade with all these guys. We could go try to trade with everybody else.
What you shaking your head for, Lou? We shaking your head for, Lou? We shaking your head for, man?
They don't trust him.
You're talking about a fringe NFL player. All due respect to Nico and whatever he's been able to accomplish yet so far in his career, which he hasn't made the 53 yet.
That's a challenge, Lou.
That it's just not there. If it was there, he'd be on the 53. They wouldn't be having this conversation, right?
My thing is
the deeper conversation is this: do they really need to add another receiver? I think it's the way they're playing offense right now. It's not like the receivers are screwing up or they're not producing.
I agree.
For
100%.
some reason or another, they're not getting. There's not a ton of targets going around either.
Right.
I mean, just the way that the Chiefs have played so far. So I think it's just an overall more, okay, what direction is this offense going to go? So it may be as we get closer to the trade deadline and they kind of establish how things are going to go this year.
DB, man.
We'll see.
Well, it depends on Kelsey too. What's Kelsey up? Is Kelsey going to turn around? Which he will. But there's a lot of factors in it.
To be honest with that statement, Nick, we actually don't know. You know what I mean?
We don't know.
We don't know if this Kelsey, is Kelsey trending to be, his father time is actually catching up with him. We don't know, but a lot of people said double team and everything else, but the old Kelsey.
Well, we had that conversation in week 2, 3 of last year too, and
they said last year, he picked it up. He picked it up. My thing is this:
I haven't seen him do anything on the field that looks like he's lost a step or anything like that. I think it's really just a function of the overall offense. I mean, outside of Rashee, there really hasn't been anybody that, and again, it's just 2 games that has shown
guys,
like a bunch of consistency in the passing game.
Yeah, because nobody having slow starts anyway, so I'm not really worrying about Kelsey for real.
But that was that
again, a lot of Dan Graziano, God bless him, New York guy.
Love Dan.
Yeah.
Hey, Demicia's got a question. I don't think they need to add wide receiver. They need to sign a veteran on the offensive line. I was told before we started the show that is an area in which the Chiefs are looking. I don't think they're looking for a starter. I just think they're looking for a little bit more depth. They've got some young guys. And basically, they've got Wanya Morris is really the only true experienced backup. Kalendo's got a little bit of backup, but they've got to work Kingsley. I mean, they put a lot into him. And
earn his stripes, man. You got to earn it.
One back. Every left tackle had one back.
He played against one of the best pass rushers in the NFL.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though, guys. I get that too. It's a lot of great pass rushers, man. He just got to get busy. You got to earn it.
Before we get into the Chiefs, let's go ahead and get into fact or cap with Lou.
All right, here we go. It's Friday, gang. We've all been waiting for this. Leading off, let's go. Fact or cap? Hensley, strike up the band.
Hensley.
All right. So earlier this week, we got the ultimate Woj bomb. It seemed like he saved the biggest one for last. So ESPN's NBA insider Adrian Wojnarowski let it out there that, hey, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. And he's taken over as now, I guess colleges now have GMs, the basketball teams, the football teams. And he's a St. Bonaventure alum. And he's going to take over that spot where he's in charge of like NIL deals, recruiting, and everything that goes along with that. So the statement is this. As far as Woj is concerned, in terms of in his sport, he was the most plugged in insider we've seen in the last 10 years. Back to cap.
I would say fact. Because you might say Adam Schefter or somebody else like that, but regarding all sports, I would say him. So fact.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking NBA fact,
no, just any insider out there. Rap Sheet, Glazer, Schefter, Sham Charania.
I'm gonna go cap. I'm gonna go with my boy Chris Mortensen. I think for the length of time in which he did it, as kind of the guy. I would put him ahead of Woj.
All right, Coach.
Man, since you said it, since you put that nugget in there, man, I'm at the shoot. I'm not going cap, man. I'm going cap, man. Well, I gotta go my guy Boomer, man. Is that his name, Boomer?
Yeah, but Boomer's not an insider.
I mean, he wasn't the best to do it though. I don't know. I like Boomer, man. I like.
All right, well,
okay. He's not part of this
category.
Not part of this conversation. But thanks.
He just loves his mama, yeah.
Thanks for the insight. Yeah, absolutely.
It's not because
I'm going to say fact.
No,
there's nothing more exciting than a Woj bomb. They always come at the greatest times. I mean, all due respect to Mort, he was just a little bit more reserved and more from a previous generation. If you guys, you guys probably don't remember, but Nick might. But remember Will McDonough. He was like one of the first ones that he was a Massachusetts guy. Everybody thought he was a Patriots honk, but that dude had a lot of Pete Axthelm back in the day.
My God,
the racetrack guy. If you were going to go to, if you wanted to go play the horses, you go to the track in Florida with Axe, and you do all right. So anyway, Woj. God bless you. Thanks for all the work and good luck at St. Bonaventure.
Yeah.
Okay. Secondly, everybody, New Orleans Saints offense has come out just on fire, ablaze. If you go back to last year, 3 consecutive games, over 40 points. Derek Carr literally feeling himself here, scores a touchdown, and he does a little Michael Jackson improv in the end zone. So the statement is this: best TD Selly to date, Derek Carr.
Yes, I'll say fact because everybody's doing the TikTok stuff. They see it on TikTok, all this stuff that's trending on TikTok. This is a homage to the great
The
Michael
king.
Jackson.
The king.
Prince is the king, sir. So we ain't gonna get deep down into that.
I didn't bring up Prince. I just said the king, man.
But
Prince
other
is
than
the
that,
Prince.
man, yes, I would say yes. You know what I mean? The best celebration I've seen so far.
Color me uninformed. I didn't even know about this. I didn't even notice this until today. So best ever, best this season. Yeah, I'd say so far this season, probably fact. It's certainly got a lot of running. You got fined for it. So, hope it was worth it.
Hey, listen, for this season, yes.
This one was
it's a fact.
specifically for you, Coach.
I know it was. I'm gonna say fact, man. It's my guy's Mike. Yeah, it's Mike.
It was certainly the most surprising, arguably the most disturbing celebration we've seen. I don't know where the hell this came from or what he was trying to say here. But
he was serious too.
I'm going cap on this one. But I was a fan of the fact that it was just completely disturbing and just complete shock.
Fair.
All right, talk about disturbing and shocking. Let's go to Green Bay earlier this week 2. Hot day, big linemen. They're probably chugging a lot of Gatorade, and during the course of the game, stuff happens. Guys will pee in their pants. Guys will do different other bodily functions. Well, prior to the snap, Green Bay center pukes on the ball just as he's snapping it. And God bless him, Malik Willis went through with the play. Didn't throw the ball, but he held on to it. So the statement is this: in that situation, I'm just giving up. Do you just give up? Are you handling the ball? But okay, the statement is this: in that situation, Malik Willis did what any of us would have done. Fact or cap?
Yes. I'll say fact. He did what anybody else would have done. I'm not touching the ball with somebody sloppy Joe.
But he did. He took the snap.
He did touch the ball, bro.
He touched the ball.
He went through with the play.
I'll say cap because I would not touch it. Nobody else with the ball, guys. Everybody sloppy Joes or whatever you ate in the locker room. Hot
there
dog
you go.
at the
Hence just showing us the type of teammate he is.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing it. No.
I would say cap with a caveat. If he'd have thrown the ball down the field as a touchdown, it was the greatest barf ball ever thrown in NFL history.
I'm guessing the ball was a little slick, Nick.
Yeah, probably a little slick, but hopefully both participants had gloves on.
Nick, did you say you call it the barf call?
Barf ball.
The barf ball.
hey, I tell you what, bro. Like, I'm not catching that. If I was a receiver or anybody of that nature, I'm not touching that ball. That's cap. I'm not touching that, man. I throw it with him. I'm not touching that. Nope. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I guess fact for just being the team player. Hey, I don't think he saw the guy puke on the ball, so he gets it in his hand. Slimy and whatever. I believe Coach LaFleur asked him, "Hey Malik, why didn't you throw that one?" And then he explained to him, "Well, it was center puked on the ball, Coach."
He's not. Trust me, he's not the only player. Tim Grunhard has got a great story. Billy Moss has an even better story about vomiting on at the line of scrimmage. So
yes,
it's not general that your own player
some of these
does it
linemen,
to sabotage it.
Sometimes you got to go. You got to go. Some of those sweat stains are sweat stains.
I am not touching that ball.
There you go, gang, for the most disgusting rendition of fact or cap to date.
That's a fact.
So if you don't throw the ball, so you don't throw the ball, are you a team player? Are you not a team player?
Brought to you by no one in particular. Open for business. Anybody that wants to sponsor, give us a shout. We'll get your name on this. I'm sure after that, everybody will be lining up to do it.
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. That's a game winning catch or a game winning drive. I'm not touching that ball. I am not touching that ball. That ball going right into the end zone. That ball going right into the end zone. I'm not touching that.
You can imagine, like Luke, like Nick said, it's a touchdown pass, the slime going in the air.
I'm serious. Chris Berman would have had a field day with that one.
Oh, nah.
Spiraling the ball, all the juices out in your hand. I would have dropped that. That would have been a good fumble. They would have hated me in the locker room. I would have walked out too.
But with that said, man, let's get right into our sponsors, Nick.
All right, first up, let's talk about my good friend, Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Real Estate Group. If you're looking for someone who can help you buy or sell a house in the greater Kansas City metropolitan area, and check out his page, just click the link. He's got some great listings available right now. Give him a call at 816-729-3785. He'll take care of you from start to finish. Nobody does it better than my good friend Eric Haynes. If you can't reach him on the phone, check him out on in his Gmail account, eselskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Chief Who?
Yes, and another proud sponsor is my incredible, amazing wife, Emily Athan. If you are looking for a custom health quote, she is the person to call. She knows this business inside and out. Open enrollment's coming up. So whether you're an individual, self-employed, a business owner, part of a family, you may have a plan you want to get out of. Maybe your deductible is too high. Maybe your premium's too high. Shocking. She certainly has some solutions around the country that might be able to help you out. Part of the United Healthcare team, so you know it's a great network. So give her a call today at 913-215-9086 for a free consult.
Emily.
You love Emily.
Look at his face. You can tell Nick loves some Emily. Nick loves some Emily. Look at him. Look at them white. Look at them pearly whites.
I make no excuses. I lucked out.
The guy loves his wife.
Yeah,
this just in.
Shocking.
Where's the breaking news on that one?
Shocking.
There is breaking news. Breaking news.
She's my Taylor Swift. That's all I can say.
But with that said, man, let's get right.
That didn't seem so.
Didn't seem to.
Yeah, he was.
I'm talking about just the.
He kind of gave it a
the relationship, the love, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not talking about the person.
No problem. Yeah.
No, I ain't got no problem with Taylor.
Yeah,
Swift.
whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
I would have a better, it's got to. I gotta have like somebody that been there, through the thick and thin. You know what I mean? Somebody like a Brady Mahomes. That's all I'm saying.
There you go, Virginia. Hey, these guys are going crazy in this chat. In the chat, Bengals 0-3. Burr might be done. Yes, his name is Burr O.
Sorry,
0-3.
So with that said, man, let's get it.
It looks like you just saw a ghost. Your eyes just bugged out of your head.
Always.
One of my buddies is getting married. So John St. Clair, congrats. Getting married at Yellowstone. What a perfect place to have a wedding.
You said Yellowstone?
Ken, all my best to the family. All right, buddy.
Geysers in the background. Yeah, it'll be crazy.
Nice.
So let's get right into predictions of the week. Before we get into the main matchup, before it comes this Sunday night with the Chiefs, let's get into our predictions. Cube himself. Yes, that's me holding the cube guy. Yes, it is finishing that graphic there. But we all know that I will get it finished pretty soon because I am the guy of the cube. I can get it done at any time if I choose to. So looking at these games, guys, we already seen the New England Patriots and the Jets. Gonna give you a recap from that game, what you took from that game.
Jets played a bad football team who had shown some signs of life defensively. Aaron Rodgers was great. He is not the second coming. They will not be in the AFC title game. I thought his exchange on the sidelines with Saleh was just odd. And
I seen that comment you made. Down there about
I'm telling you, this team's gonna, at some point this team's going to implode. But hey, for the New York fans who've been starved since Joe Willie Namath days, hey, they're off to a 2-1 start. They got a relatively easy game coming up against the Broncos at home, so good chance to end the first quarter 3-1.
All right, Dre, what you seeing for that game?
Man, I seen Aaron Rodgers is back. All the hoorah. He went out there and put on the show, spread the ball around to everybody. He got busy. He controlled the game. Rodgers back, guys. Rodgers back.
Yeah, I'm guessing this is what the Jets fans have been waiting for. They probably, don't really know how to act right now, or like, when's the other shoe gonna fall? What's the next bad thing that happens? But no, I mean, this is I'm pretty sure if you laid out a game plan of the way the Jets want to play football, that was it. Now, New England had a lot to do with it. They didn't have much of a response offensively. Actually, was very horrible response. They really couldn't do anything with the ball. But yeah, if you're a Jets fan, you got to say, all right, this is what we've been waiting for. Let's see if we can keep it going. And Miami kind of sitting there in their division with not a lot of question marks at the quarterback position. Patriots are the Patriots right now. So hey, it's the Bills and the Jets.
Yep.
Yeah, looking at that. Let's go into the division. The Raiders versus the Panthers. I know everybody before this thing started, they said the Panthers is a bad team. Who are you kicking there to beat the Raiders? Is the Raiders going to go, they're going to be 2-1 in the division?
They might be as bad, worse than New England, maybe.
I think Alabama beats them by 15, 20 points.
So who winning this game?
Raiders. Raiders are going to smoke them.
Raiders, move on.
Raiders taking that game. Raiders.
I'm going Carolina to turn it around.
Okay, here you go. Yeah, that cube that you can throw that cube away right now.
That cube doesn't make sense. That's why this doesn't make sense, man.
I'll just say Green Bay Packers versus Tennessee Titans. Nick.
If Jordan Love comes back, even if not, I would still give the advantage to the Packers.
Just depends on the ball. If the ball got puke on that, I'm taking the Titans.
A big one. That's a big one.
Titans, yeah, taking the Titans on that one.
This is the type of cogent analysis that you get on this show, gang. Here we go. I'm going with the Packers. I don't know. Will Levis is like trying to beat Carson Wentz. I don't know what's happening with that kid.
What his problem is.
Yeah, Green Bay.
Yeah, I'm going Green Bay. He said his number was linked. Maybe it's players on the other team, just say on the same team as him. Message him from a different phone. Tell him how bad he was. But he said it was the fans and his number was linked. You know what I mean? So I would go with the Green Bay Packers here. The Houston Texans versus the Vikings.
Man, listen. Go ahead, Nick. No, Nick. Go ahead, Nick. Go ahead.
I love the way the Texans are playing, and I've got them in my top 5 this week. I didn't put the Vikings in the top 5 because I really wanted to see one more win or one more really good game against an outstanding team. Probably the likely AFC championship game caliber team. But I'm gonna pick the Vikings. I'm kind of all in on what they're doing right now. I love what the head coach has done with that offense, and that defense is playing well. Vikings are a surprise team. They could win that division if some things fall apart in Detroit in particular.
Jerry?
Listen, Flores look good. Flores got that team playing some good football on the other side. They playing good defense on the Flores, man. Listen, he have no name talent on the other side of that ball for real. They playing together. They playing as a unit. Flores is incredible. But I do like CJ. It's going to be a great matchup. But I'm gonna go with CJ, but I do like Flores and what he's doing over there with the Vikings. So I'm gonna go Texans, man.
All right, I didn't mention it before, but Green Bay +2 is one of my best bets, and also Minnesota +2. They did well for me last week against San Francisco +5.5, and again, home dog here. After playing San Francisco, it's a little iffy, but I'm going to stick with them. Sam Darnold getting it done there. I'm good. I'm going to go with Minnesota.
I'm going to Minnesota only because I've been following the picks, and Lou been right so far. He's leading everybody in all the picks.
So you riding the wave. I'm riding
the wave with Lou. So I'm going to go with Lou. I'm going to go right there with the Vikings to take out CJ Stroud and them and give them their first loss on the season. All right, guys, we got the Miami Dolphins versus Seahawks. Who you got there, Nick?
Well, it's got to be the Seahawks. The Dolphins are a shell of a team right now without Tua. Seattle should win this game by 20 points.
Dre?
I don't like Seattle because they're in my team's division, so I'm going Miami.
That's so logical.
All the best bets are coming in here. Seattle -4, 4.5. That's one of my best plays of the week. Tyreek Hill can't do anything if they can't get him the ball, right? So Skylar Thompson. I don't see it. I didn't see it at K-State. I don't see it with the Dolphins. So I'm going with Geno.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Dolphins there. I feel like the Dolphins probably turn it around. Even though they don't got Tua, they still got Tyreek and Waddle. So Dolphins. You got the Cincinnati Bengals going against the Washington Commanders. Who you have there, Nick?
I really, really want to take the Commanders in this game because I want the Bengals to be 0-3.
Go with your heart, sir.
I think the Bengals will snap back, but I think Daniels is going to make a great play in this football game, and they're going to win it by 1 point at the last play of the game. That's what I think. So I'm going with the Redskins. Sorry, I can't call them their other name.
You know what? I'm going with the Bengals. I like Cam Bam, man. Cam Bam been one of my favorite players besides Joe Burrow on the Bengals. I like what he's doing. But I'm a Joe Burrow guy, so I'm gonna go with Joe Burrow. I'm going to go with the Bengals, man.
Yeah, can we see them go 0-3?
Wouldn't that be delicious?
That would be very musical, I think, to my ears.
Y'all crazy.
But I gotta believe Burrow. They got what, seven field goals or 6 or 7 field goals last week to beat the Giants. So I don't think they're going to be able to score enough. I think the Bengals win.
I'm gonna go with the Washington Commanders. I feel like Jalen Daniels is gonna have a good game, a come out game. I feel like he's gonna, everybody gonna see why the Washington Commanders picked him in the first round. So I would go with the Washington Commanders there. All right, we going against the Baltimore Ravens. You know what I mean? They go 0-3. It's a real chance there. With this Cowboys game. What you got to say about that one, Nick?
Well, the Cowboys defense has really struggled. Obviously, giving up all those yards to, in their loss to the Saints. Baltimore going 0-3 is more of a greater chance of happening than the Bengals going 0-3. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys. I think they have a nice bounce back win. Plus, they play really good at home, and I think Lamar Jackson just isn't that guy. And
not last week.
I'm gonna say this. The way the Baltimore Ravens are playing, it's just the offensive line is terrible. Besides Flowers and Likely, I don't see what Lamar is going. It's like, to me, I feel like Lamar is in this transition to pressure. I feel like it's so much pressure on him.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's breaking right now. So I'm gonna go the opposite. I'm going Dallas. And the crazy part, guys, I don't like Dallas, but the way Baltimore is breaking down, I'm going Dallas, man.
This may be the most interesting game of the week, right? Because you've got, most people picked either Baltimore or Cincinnati to win that division, AFC North, and they could come out of this weekend both 0-3.
Right.
And it's like nobody wants the division. Maybe the Steelers end up winning it by default.
Yeah, they could be 3-0 after this weekend too.
Baltimore is playing fine for about 3 quarters and maybe a series. After that, I don't know what the hell happens. I don't know if decision making.
That's all they got.
The scheme. I don't know what happens to them. But the fact that they keep losing these 10-point leads, it's hard to pick on them. So I guess I'm going to go with Dallas. Again, I don't like this pick at all. Either, but I'm going to go with Dallas.
All right.
I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys there. I think the Baltimore Ravens
riding the wave.
No, I think the Baltimore Ravens, since the Chiefs robbed the bank over there in Baltimore, that stadium name, we ran there and kick in the doors, and they ain't been the same ever since then. They've been they lost the AFC Champions game and ain't won since then. So
no,
I feel like they're on the down.
They let one loss turn into 2 or 3, actually.
Yeah. So we gonna go about this a little rapid fire here. We got the Chargers versus the Steelers. Nick,
what about Saints and Eagles?
Saints.
They didn't rapid fire and missed the game. Come on, man.
Saints
versus Eagles.
The Saints ain't the Aints no more. They're going to be 3-0.
I got the Saints too. I don't like Hurts. I got the Saints.
Okay, here's the thing. The Saints have scored, like I said, 91 points the first 2 games. If you count the last game of last year, it's like 140 points. There used to be an old betting adage back in the day when the scores were lower. If you scored 30 2 weeks in a row, you automatically bet against them. And if you score over 90 in 3 games, that's an automatic go against. So one of my best bets of the week is Philadelphia plus 2.5.
Nice.
I'm not riding lose wave.
You are. You said earlier. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know. What's the name? What's the name of this segment?
Ride the wave.
It's right there. It says the Cube. So is the Cube picking games or not?
The Cube is picking this game.
All right.
The Cube said the Eagles is going to turn around.
All right. I like that. I like the Cube. I want the Cube on my side.
Yeah. So I'm saying the Cube.
Nah, Cube joined you. The Cube joined you.
We got the Chargers and the Steelers. Nick.
If Justin Herbert is iffy, Steelers defense is really, really good. Their quarterback play is a lot less to be desired. Justin Fields appears to be the starter. Russell Wilson may never get on the field this year. Who knows? But I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers to be 3-0.
I got to disagree with you on that one, man. I'm going to Chargers, man. Chargers defense, they top 5, man. Them boys are playing ball. They playing championship football right now, man.
They can't win without Herbert.
No, but listen, they don't need it for real. They just control the game, run the ball,
So they
keep it on the ground and play great defense. And then Fields, we don't trust Fields right now.
They beat nobody.
Trust Fields right now.
So we got potentially Fields versus Easton Stick. So a great quarterback matchup. We're gonna get I'll take the home team by default. I'll go with the Steelers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Steelers here because if Justin Herbert
he riding the crap out of that wave.
No, I'm just saying if Justin Herbert don't play, man, then I don't think they have a chance because the Steelers' all defense is pretty good. So I would say
the Chargers defense ain't good.
The Chargers didn't play nobody. They ain't play who they played, sir. They ain't play nobody.
Yeah, their season is going to hinge on this week at Pittsburgh and at home next week against Kansas.
I got faith in you, Chargers. I got faith in y'all, man. I got y'all, man. Go ahead.
Nope. We got the 49ers versus the Rams. Who you got there?
Rams are going to bounce back.
Hell no. Nah. They ain't got their weapons.
Right.
I got San Francisco taking this.
This is Emily should be interested in this game, the health insurance bowl. Neither team, they're all missing like 4 and 5 guys. No Debo. Kittle might not play. On the Rams side, Puka's out. Cooper Kupp is out. They've lost like many defensive players. I don't know who's playing. We don't know who's playing in this game.
It's gonna be a boring game. It's gonna be a boring game, gentlemen. Yeah, it's gonna be a boring game.
I'll go with the Niners because maybe they're a little less hurt at key positions. But yeah, this is a tough one. Yeah, Emily, get on the phone.
I'm gonna go with LA. I feel like LA will pull this off. Take out the 49ers, and it's gonna be enough. A lot of people ain't looking at it. The cube is like be right. It's the curse of the Chiefs. When you lose to the Chiefs in the big games, you see what's happening to Baltimore, and you see what's happening to the 49ers, and you see what's happening to the Bengals, guys. I'm just saying. So we got the Broncos versus rejuvenated, Bucks team.
Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield for the win.
Yep. All day, Baker.
Yeah, I got to go with Tampa Bay.
I go with I think the Broncos going to turn this around.
Oh, come on. There's no quarterback.
I was waiting for that man to go left. I was waiting.
We don't have money on the ultimate.
These are some key ones, especially the 0-2 teams, because, if you look at nowhere. Dre, you're the analytics guy. If you go 0-3, your chances of making playoffs is
slim.
Like really tiny.
So that's when they start playing hard. Them 0-2 teams start giving you their best shot,
or they start to choke even more. So we'll see. All right.
What the hell?
We got the Angry Birds versus the Lion Kings. So who's going to take this match there, Nick?
I'm riding the Cardinals' wave right now. I love what they did last week against the Rams. They should have beat the Bills in week 1. There's definitely some roster issues there on both sides of the ball, but I'm going with the Cardinals. I think the Lions, that loss at home really hurt them.
Humbly, I say this: I got my Cardinals taking it because we still growing. You know what I'm saying? Humbly, we getting ourselves together. But man, that Marvin Harrison, Kyler Murray package, that right there is special. So I got my guys.
They ain't got no package.
Detroit's learning. Being the hunted is no day at the beach.
They not handled it well yet.
But I think they bounced back. That was kind of a wake up call, that game there. So I think Detroit bounces back and they win this one.
All right.
I said this is going to be a statement game from Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison. This is where they're going to put their stamp on the NFC. They're going the top dog in the NFC. The 49ers. You can say the 49ers are the Lions. So they're going one of the top dogs. So I say I got the Cardinals taking this one. It's going to have this is where they put their stamp there. So, okay. The New York Giants versus the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, God. You talk about the barf ball.
Yeah.
Man.
It's Browns.
I got the Browns, man.
I'm gonna go for the upset here, just because. This is like this may be the ugliest game of the week, I would say, of everything that we've looked at so far. So I'll go with the Giants. Malik Neighbors, light it up, baby.
All right, I got the Cleveland Browns to turn it around there. All right,
We'll save our Chiefs. Let's save our Chiefs picks. Why don't we do the 2 Monday night games on Monday's show? How's that?
Well, we already did the Bengals and
never mind.
And Washington.
There you go.
All right, Colts versus Chicago.
Yeah, this is my last best bet of the week. So, that's
you're taking the Colts.
This will be the.
All right, I'm gonna take the Colts in an upset.
Caleb Williams, man.
That's not an upset.
All right, Bo, we got Caleb versus your boy Richardson. I might have to go Caleb on this one. I just feel like he was triggered by CJ, so I'm gonna have to go Caleb. Caleb got something to prove, man.
Yeah, this is one of my best. As bad as the Colts run defenses, that's the only thing that scares me here.
Right.
I'm still going with the Colts -1.5. It's a weird number. You can't really make Chicago at 0-2 a favorite against anybody at this point, especially on the road. So this is a tough one, but again, one of my best bets is Indianapolis.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to Indianapolis here just because Anthony Richardson. We got the Bills versus the Jaguars. Who you taking?
Now that one is Monday night.
Yeah, that is this is my upset of the week. The Jaguars will defeat the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, most definitely. I got Jacksonville.
They're due.
Thomas gonna show out. So
I don't know what's happening in Jacksonville. Quite frankly, I don't know if Doug Peterson knows what's happening in Jacksonville. Something's just amiss. Yep. If you're taking the points, take Jacksonville. But I'm just looking for a winner here. I think the Bills win, but it might be like a field goal game.
Yeah. I got you.
I'm taking Jacksonville because Jacksonville always beat up on the Bills, no matter what, and they always find a way to beat up the Bills, and they got their number for somehow. So I'm taking the Bills there.
Let's go, sunshine.
Pick of the week. So that was, we'll say the Chiefs picks for the next segment, guys. Let's get right into it. The Falcons and Chiefs preview, guys.
Ooh.
Okay. We have a game that's coming right up, guys. The Chiefs and the Falcons, for Sunday night. There's a lot that's happening around the running back room. You know what I mean? What is the big keys and takeaways are you looking for this preview, Lou?
The game overall, I don't know. I guess I can give them to you here. And if you guys want to clip this off for Sunday and put it up, do that as well. Okay. First thing, if they're playing cover 2, there's been so much talk about cover 2 defenses this week. It's just ridiculous. Cover 2 has been around forever. Okay. What do? Typically you run the ball, run it to get them out of that defense so that you can go attack downfield. In breaking routes, run the ball. So that's the first thing. If Atlanta does, and again, they have maybe the best safety tandem in the league, and Justin Simmons and Jesse Bates, 2 guys that are ultimately familiar with Patrick Mahomes, with Simmons having played in Denver and Bates in Cincinnati. So that's what I'm going to say there. In terms of pass rush, I wanted to see at least 5 quarterback hits on Kirk Cousins. They could be sacks, whatever, but 5 hits. Get him off his spot, knock him around a little bit. Next one, Patrick, no turnovers, okay? I said it last week to be patient. I don't think he was impatient last week, but I think he just needs to see it a little bit better. Maybe they call the game a little bit differently. I don't know how differently, but just no turnovers. And then the last thing, again, and I'll say it every week, is red zone. Touchdowns, not field goals. And this could be like a rinse and repeat. I get it in some cases, but those are kind of the keys at this point. Quarterback hits is probably the biggest one, but I still say run them out of cover 2 is number 1 for me.
My take on it, you got to protect Mahomes. They got some good pass rushers. They got Judon over there. They got Grady over there. They got some good edge rushers over there. Like Luke stated, they got some good safeties up top. My biggest takeaway from Kansas City, not too much worried about far as the receivers and the tight ends and whatnot. Just protect Mahomes, and the rookie has to step up, guys. He has to step up. But the key to beating the Falcons is for Kansas City to run the ball.
Which rookie?
The left tackle on the other side. What's the name? What's his name?
Kingsley Sumatea.
Kingsley, yeah. It's so bad. I can't remember the man's name. It's so bad.
Just go with Kingsley. It's okay.
So real talk, because
week
you see
3,
what
this is a Chiefs show. And it's week 3.
You see what Henderson did, right? You see what Henderson did to him, right? I mean, he annihilated that guy. To me, he's going to have to step up. If not, it's going to be a long day for Kansas City. And also defend the tight end. Put somebody down that can defend the tight end. If not, Kyle Pitts is going to do work. He's going to do work. So that's my take on that.
My take on it is, you know, I mean, we got to see, you know, like they said, you're going to see used instead of using these linebackers, you know, see if a more, you know, put a more of a safety on these tight ends. And I'm looking to see, you know, that happen this Sunday. Not to just sit there and sit back and just let you know, these tight ends just pick you apart. I know you gotta choose who you're gonna take away and not take away and stuff like that, but in the day we got to see what's going to happen. So that's what that's the only thing I'm looking for, and also I'm looking to see what happens with Carson Steele. Well, are you looking to see this? You know, looking to see what happened with Carson Steele at running back 1, Lou?
I'm confident in Carson. Yeah, I think he can play. Now, I don't think he's going to be your typical number 1 running back where he's going to get 18 carries. Now, again, in the Chiefs offense, for running back 1 to get more than 15 carries is a lot.
Right.
Okay. I mean, typically we would say that if we're going to run the ball, hey, get Pops like 15 to 18 carries, get him fired, going, get used to getting through the line, making his cuts and everything else. Okay, great. So Carson being a rookie and the fact that he did fumble last week. Now, again, you're not going to bench him for that, but you have to kind of be careful. Maybe some of the run calls that they're making and how they use them. But P. Ryan's going to get his, and whoever the running back 3 is might even get some action. Probably not a lot.
Yeah,
probably
it's going to be. It's going to be Ingram. It's going to be Ingram.
So probably not a ton, right? I mean, if he comes in, it would probably be in a mop-up role if the game's out of hand and whatever, and he may take some carries, but I don't think he's going to get any significant ones. So, yeah, I mean, I think Carson's going to do well. And, the other guys will too. Samaje will do his bit. And if they stick to the run game, I think there's a lot there. The Eagles really kind of took them apart on the ground Monday night, so.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with the sentiments. I mean, I think Steele's really the key. I think they have to reestablish the run. They have to show they can win without Pacheco. They have to understand they got a guy. Listen, every coaching staff, the players, assistant coaches, I mean, they love this kid. He's shown something since the second he walked into OTAs and mini camps and in training camp and preseason games. They counted on him at the end of the game against the Bengals to get those 2 carries to set up Butker's game-winning field goal. And I think that is just as important to me, establishing that Carson Steele is the guy, because I really firmly believe he could be the starter next year. And I think he's got some time here to audition to see what he can do. He can cut back. He's powerful. He can catch the ball out of the backfield, which I think is going to be the very first play. I think the Chiefs are going to call a screen pass on the very first play to give him the ball. We'll see what happens. Patrick Mahomes, he just has to play better. This is the place where he threw the infamous 75-yard in the air pass to Tyreek Hill. I think it's important that he manage the game a little bit better, be a little bit more patient in the pocket. Obviously, the situation at left tackle is a problem. I don't know if Andy mentioned today who's going to be the starter. I'm just assuming I think they give it to Kingsley to start.
He was being awfully cagey to answer.
Yeah, he was. And I don't think he wants the Falcons to have any kind of heads up. Maybe both of them play. Maybe they rotate a little bit and just kind of see who ends up grading out better, because you got to get right by the time you play the Chargers. Mm-hmm. So they have to have the decision. Defensively, get Kirk Cousins on the ground. He's not the most mobile guy in the world. Don't play prevent defense against him, especially in the fourth quarter. He will pick you apart. He has done that his entire career. The Chiefs have a huge advantage in this football game. They have the better coaching staff. They have the better quarterback. They have better talent on both sides of the ball. They're 2-0. They've won both those games by a total of 4 points. I think the Chiefs will beat the Falcons by more than 4 points. But those are my keys.
We was talking about Carson Steele. Yeah.
Well, you know what?
So listen.
I'm sorry, man. I just kind of got. I didn't get a chance to talk earlier, so my bad.
You did leave him out, man. You did leave him out, man.
He did.
I'm sorry.
I led with Carson Steele. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. My bad.
Carson's going to have a big game, and the first play of the game is going to be a screen pass for 25 yards. There you go. I just said it.
So my take on Steele, man, I want Steele to get his carries though. Because like I said, I do like Steele. I do like Steele. My thing is with that is just give the man the opportunity to play. Let him go out there, get his opportunity.
He is getting the opportunity.
Let them get his touches, man. Let's see what he can do.
I'm looking at this, man. I'm confident in the kid. I'm looking for him. If this is your chance, when you get that chance, you don't turn it back. I don't care if it's Patrick Mahomes you fill it in for. I don't care if it's Tyreek Hill or somebody, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Stephen Curry, or Kalen Clark. If you get that chance to get to that time, your time to shine, you take it. You take that chance and you don't give that job back. So I feel like Carson Steele.
Pops is going to get Wally pipped.
If I'm Carson Steele, I'm going out there and give my best performance. Where you're going to have to have a chance.
Well, to me, they are similar runners. Where they said, well, he runs angry or runs violent. Well, I think they both do, just in a little bit different way. Pops, I think, for sure has greater straight line speed.
Yes.
Right. But in terms of breaking tackles, and again, you hear this term a lot, right? Contact balance. That was one of the major terms when Kareem Hunt came in, and why he was, even though he didn't run a fast 40, and the reason why he was around in whatever the second or third round, whatever they got him, is that the contact balance, and he didn't run a fast 40. So you can still be effective and not have like burner speed in the league. So I think Carson has every chance to do that. Now, whether he's the starter next year or not, I'm not going to write Pops off at this point. I think he will be the starter as long as he's under contract with the Chiefs. It just depends on how long that is. It may just be next season and that's it.
Yeah. But looking at the tight end position, everybody is worried about coming into this game. How would you stop it, Dre? How did you stop this?
You gotta bring, well, from my perspective, you gotta bring a safety down there. You gotta bring a safety to cover him, man. You got to, because I don't trust Bowden covering nobody right now, especially going against this freak of nature in Pitts. I don't trust him, man. It's like, if you're going to attack this defense, that's what you attack right there. You have to bring a safety down. If not, it's going to be a long day for Kansas City for that defense.
All right. They have not been able to exploit the Kyle Pitts matchup issues that were discussed ad nauseum when he came into the draft. But he is a pretty effective dude. So, maybe they maybe they bring in an extra corner, because like I said, he's more of a big receiver than he is a tight end, where some of these bigger guys where the routes are going to be fairly short, they're going to be over the middle, they're going to rely more on quickness than they are speed, where Pitts has a little bit of both. So depending on how they choose to play it, because they got Bijan Robinson in the backfield, which if they want, they're probably saying the same thing as, well, we're going to run the ball. We're going to run them out of maybe the more conservative defenses. But in my experience, I don't know that Spags ever really goes into a prevent. He's going to dial up something. If they're not getting the pass rush, eventually he's going to dial up a blitz at the right time, and they're going to get to him. But again, as far as the tight ends, it's primarily Kyle Pitts. Don't be surprised if you see like all three corners on the field a lot, meaning Joshua, Jalen, and T-Cuffs, of course.
Right.
Yeah, I wrote yesterday in my column, it's time for Hicks to shine. It's time for Hicks to get on the field, get more snaps, get him some game experience. Fortunately for the Chiefs, the Falcons have one tight end. The other two guys are not anybody they really have to be overly concerned about, like they've had to face with the Ravens and the Bengals. So I think that's going to be a big plus. Bolton, has been asked to do more coverage, and it's just not something that he excels at. And they've been able to mask it. Justin Reed's going to have to be very active, but I think Lou's right. You just bring in an extra cornerback, you throw him out there, be physical with him at the line of scrimmage, treat him like a wide receiver, and I think they can get the job done. Again, he hasn't done much this year, and certainly he and Cousins have not connected.
And in fairness to Bolton, a lot of the ones that he gives up are usually plays that have been extended. So typically why you have him in coverage is you're expecting the pass rush to get there, and not, a lot of where he's covering for like 4 and 5 seconds where, it's just not going to work out well in that case for most, and for just about any linebacker,
and we,
really.
We talked about that too. I mean, you can't ask linebacker to cover a tight end for 6, 7, 8 seconds.
Or anybody at any time. Yeah.
Especially a linebacker.
So basically, Chris Jones, that pass rush is very important then.
They have to be better.
We don't want to put them in that position because
it always
they don't get the Cousins.
And again, with Cousins, not only is he not fast, not very mobile. Now, again, he moved a little bit in the pocket against Philadelphia, but it wasn't until that 2-minute drive. And if you're watching the Manning cast, they had Matt Ryan was on, and they were just talking as 3 quarterbacks there. And it's like, you get this nerdy stuff, but he goes, hey, you come to a new team, new system. Usually the best time when you feel most comfortable is when you get into the 2-minute offense, because you're just running base plays, things that everybody knows, and it just kind of flows. And in that case, it did. But, in terms of a full game, I think they're going to have an opportunity to get those 5 quarterback hits that I'm talking about. And I think that's where, the Falcons offense won't look like it did in that 2-minute drive against the Eagles.
All right. So I'm looking to bring down Jaden Hicks, man. Give him a shot. Get him in here to see when put him on somebody or like everybody's saying in the chats, Joshua Williams or somebody that, on his own. Or
Shamari Connor for sure. I mean,
that's Connor. Joshua Williams snap counts has been decreased. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but Shamari, that's a different type of beast though. He's 6'8". He runs like a wide receiver. That's basically a wide receiver. They just not using him right. You know what I mean? If I'm the Chiefs, if I'm going to trade for somebody, I know we said at the top of the show for a wide receiver, I'm going to go get Cal Pitts and see.
They haven't exactly had great quarterback play, and this is Cousins. That was Cousins' second game coming off an Achilles, and it's the best quarterback play they've had in 3 years.
Yeah, and that was in this last
we'll see. We'll see.
Well.
But Kyle Pitts still. I mean, he's a great player.
Yeah,
agreed.
Yep.
Right. But looking at that, guys, let's go ahead and get our score predictions for this game. I know your guys put your score prediction in.
Where's the graphic?
Where's the graphic? I can't remember what I said.
We're all bells and whistles. There we go.
There
Come on now.
Nick picking the Chiefs 31-23. Dre's 28-17. Me 38-10. Lou's 27-17. And Mango's 31-20. Everybody across the board.
Surprise. We all have the Chiefs.
We all picked the Chiefs.
Everybody picking the Chiefs to win this game.
Might not be the case next week. We'll see.
We'll see. We get the Chargers out. We'll see. But other than that, man, what's your big takeaway you're gonna have from this game? The end all, the be all. What's the big thing that you're looking to happen in this game to see from this offense?
Don't self-destruct.
Clean operation.
Protect Mahomes.
Clean operations and get it in the playmaker's hands. If it has to be quick, get it out quick. You saw Aaron Rodgers. We're talking about this great game that he had. I don't think he had a pass that was over like 10 air yards. Now, again, that just depends. Just looking at the defense, he's reading it. He's got the signal out to Lazard, and it's like, hey, this was a run play, but I see something, bang. So, again, do some of that, and then as you get the defense coming more and more forward, you run the ball. Now, Patrick, you can take the shots over the top to X or Rasheed or whoever's out there, really.
All right, I'm looking forward Patrick Mahomes to settle down. The last 2 games I've seen him, the Bengals give him trouble, but I'm looking to see more of some more big plays from this offense to see what we actually got, to see Xavier Worthy get used more, Jared Wiley to get used, Noah Gray, Travis. I'm looking to see a big performance from this offense. That's why I got the score 38-10. I feel like this is going to be that come out.
You predict a blowout every week.
They do. They do. He be glazing that score. He be glazing that score.
Hey, I just want my team to win.
I got you. Yeah,
nothing wrong with that.
But you're on brand. You're on brand. You're consistent.
You are very consistent.
We like that. And
Except
then
for
I guess
that
in this biggest upset of the week of this show is that in Hense's typical, when he lists all the offensive weapons, there was number 83 was involved this week.
Yeah.
I must be rubbing off. Thank God. 50 Shades getting some love from Hense.
So with that said, man, let's go ahead and
Warms my heart.
What word from our sponsors? Go ahead, Dick.
All right, let's first talk about my good friend, Mr. Eric Haynes. With the Eric Haynes Real Estate Group, if you're looking to buy or sell a house in the greater Kansas City metropolitan area, his team will take really good care of you. He did the same for me and my wife, Emily, and he was absolutely amazing, fantastic, supportive, and he got the deal we wanted at the end of the day, and that's really all that matters. And he fought every phone call. Every time he had to counter with the other agent, he got it done. So call him today at 816-729-3785. You can email him at esaleskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Chief Who?
Another proud sponsor is my incredible wife, Emily Athan. If you're looking for flexible health coverage, if you want to get a free custom quote, whether you're an individual, self-employed, business owners, or a part of a family, let her take a look at your current plan and see if one of the plans she has available through United Healthcare can help you out. So call her today at 913-215-9086.
Emily.
She's a big Chiefs fan.
Emily. Oh, she's a big Chiefs fan.
She's a big Chiefs fan.
Right.
I converted her from a Steelers fan.
I thought today was the day, that we'd.
She had some stuff to do. She had some stuff to do today, and she's very detail oriented. So she would like to. She's not unwilling to come on, but she'd like to know what some of the topics are, so she can be prepared.
He said, well, I thought she was coming on today. Good Friday day, good Friday night.
Yeah.
So it's Red Friday, guys. That was our score predictions. If you didn't see it again, I will pull up again. We got the Chiefs winning this game all across the board. You know what I mean? Nick got
big shocker.
31-23, Dre 28-17, me 38-10, Lou 27-17, and Mango 31-20. What put y'all score predictions in the chat, and that is Chiefs Blitz. The four guys at the bar. We are out. We will see you guys Monday with story time with Nick and everything else.
Victory Monday.
Victory
Let's
Monday,
go,
gentlemen.
Victory Monday. Let's do it.
So with that said, guys, we are out.
Drinks on me.